Good evening, welcome. Here we are, it's the Formula 2 League from NOMEX Racing, and tonight we're in Singapore. As usual, we have a sprint race and a feature race for you. Reverse top 10 grid order for the sprint. You can see the lobby starting to fill up now. Should be a good one, this. Of course, tonight we have some good competition. We can just get comfortable. We can check the current standings. This is race 5 of the season. Let's check out first the driver's standings, and we can see quite the dominant performance from Dreamer so far, with Reese just behind on 83 points, from 7 points away from Dreamer, who's currently on 90. Ice One on 63 is the next closest competitor, but those two kind of running away with it. Let's have a look at the constructors' standings, which are going to be yes, it is the Primas currently in first position with 123 points, which is a big 17 points in front of the Tridents. That gap, though, looking to be closed. Still plenty of races to go. We've got Dams and the MPs both on 83 points. Currently 40 points behind the leaders there. So we could see some movement tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens. You see the we're not quite halfway through the season yet, and we're starting to see the championships, both drivers and constructors, shape up, and we'll see how that gets on for the rest of the season. I'm expecting a close championship, to be honest. I don't think anyone will run away with it yet. Anyway, you see the two championship leaders, Dreamer and Reese, already in, ready to go, looking to pick up maximum points tonight. Singapore, it could rain, and it could rain heavily tonight. Hopefully it doesn't, but there is the possibility, that's for sure. We're still a couple of minutes away from the official start time, and we'll see if everybody can get in on time or not. I assume not. There's normally a couple of people that's late, not purposefully, people have jobs and such, so you've got to bear that in mind. Yeah, there we go. More comfortable there. But we'll see the lobby as full as it's going to get soon, I imagine. Reese already looking to get underway. He's readied up. He's good to go. So I think there's 11 in the attendance tonight. As you can see, only 7 in, so we're missing 4 more. I'd be surprised if we carry on with just 7. I imagine the others are going to be in as soon as possible. It'll be interesting to see who can take advantage tonight, pick up a win. If the title's going to be closer after tonight, or whether Dreamer can pull away and start to put a real marker down on this championship. Eight in now, so we're waiting on at least 3 more. I'm well ready for this. It's been what seems like a long wait since last week, as we already know these Formula 2 cars drive really hard. You'll see a lot of close action between everyone, and you'll see quite a bit of contact, I imagine, over the course of the evening. Looks like we're getting underway. The latecomers not been given too much margin for error here, but fair. So as we go into qualifying, then it will be a one-shot qualifying, as always in this league, and we'll see who can come out on top. No margin for error at all during these qualifying sessions. There we go then. It's Bucko that we're on board with. Just quickly adjust my audio levels. There we go. And get the track back at map at the bottom. So, oh, and he's invalidated already, so let's get on with Reese. Who's through the first sector, almost. You see, street circuit Singapore, very, very tight, very difficult. No margin for error. You see Reese just touching the wall on the outside on the left there. Fastest through sector 1. You see the position changing on the left there. That is live timing we're getting. See a lot of changes going on. It looks like Reese is having a very good lap. Oh, but not anymore. That's an invalidation. A lot of invalidations. You saw Panda Man in the wall there. So Dreamer has a chance here to put this on pole. Really tricky circuit, this. We're going to have reverse order for the sprint. So Dreamer will start the sprint in 8th position. However, regardless of that, we'll start on pole for the feature race where the more points are up for grabs. There you go, Dreamer, a 1:41.0. We have half the grid not putting in a time, which I'm not actually surprised about here at Singapore. On a one-shot qualifying, it's very, very difficult. There you go then. Reese is going to be second here, so you would expect him to pull away quite quickly during this sprint race. I will say that's a very good qualifying for the top 4 there on the super softs. We can look a bit more in depth at the track during the sprint race. With it being a one-shot qualifying, don't really get time. Of course, Singapore is a very, very high downforce circuit, and there's a lot of, well, I'd say second to maybe Monaco in terms of DNFs. Very, very difficult, this one. We're about to get the sprint race underway momentarily. Keep an eye out for the right-hander over the bridge into the left-hander. That is a monumentally difficult part of the circuit. Not that anywhere else is easy, but that is very difficult. Overtaking is really at a premium here at Singapore. It's not a circuit that lends itself to good overtaking. There we go then, we're underway for the sprint race, but yeah, very, very difficult to overtake here. Oh, we'll take that off, put that on. Just a quick look at the tyres. Everybody on the softs. So Reese had a fantastic start as we expected. Dreamer in 8th position. And already we can see Bucko trying to make a move. Really, really hard work this circuit. It's one of the 2 DRS zones you can see they've gone around. They obviously don't have DRS yet. We're still on that one, but even that DRS zone, it can be difficult to make a pass. You can see these 4 at the back all battling as Dreamer goes through on Aiden. Already gaps being opened. I've gone the wrong way there. That's what we want to see. Shane right on the back of Bucko. Seems to be holding at least some of the guys behind him up. Shane trying to make a move. And has made the move up into third position then. Dreamer has gone up to sixth. Craig down in eighth position now. Ice One trying to position himself for a pass. Going to be a tough one. But yeah. Looking to get that momentum out of the corner. Bucko moving to the side. Going to try and outbrake Shane here. Unable to do so. You can see Reese and Pandaman Gaming already with a significant gap to the rest. As we start lap 2. And this battle right now, we're looking at the battle for third between 6 racers. So far, Shane doing a good job. He's going to try and get a big gap to Bucko. Try and secure this third position as soon as possible. Easier said than done, of course. Ice One is off the track there. Has moved down to 8th. That's a huge error there. But braking late. You can see what that does to you. Here at Singapore, I can see Shane just try and open the gap a little bit more. 6/10 is the gap between himself and Bucko. Bucko's had a good exit there though. Ooh, really close to the wall, and that's the thing. You've got to try and take the car to the limits, but really difficult thing to do if you're if you're just slightly off. It can end up with a DNF. I think is that damage there? I think maybe it's a Dreamer. No. I thought momentarily I think it might be Bucko actually. It's got the damage. And yeah, the front left end plate there. DRS enabled for the little that it will help. But Shane now has moved clear of Dreamer, who's up to 4th. We're looking to close that gap, and the advantage Shane will have here is that Dreamer behind him is not going to get DRS. Unfortunately for Shane, neither will he. You can see the gaps now, 5 seconds from Reese to Pandaman Gaming, and over 4 seconds between Pandaman Gaming and Shane. So the whole battle here is for third position. It's not surprising to see Reese, especially given his poor qualifying session, which gives him an advantage, of course, in the sprint race, dominating because he hasn't had to pass many drivers. Craig's dropped back. I assume Craig's got damage there. You see Aiden riding on board, just gone through on Bucko, who's really struggling with that damage. But look at this. Pandaman Gaming's dropped back. He's had an incident and has got significant wing damage. Oh, and he's in the wall. I think there was a slight touch there, maybe from Shane. I don't think it was intentional. It didn't look intentional. But Pandaman Gaming down to 7th position. Dreamer up to 2nd. Shane up to 3rd. Still very close here. Pandaman Gaming is going to have to pit in. Yeah, I think he's come into the pits. Ice One going through on Bucko. And Bucko is in a wall, you can see there. His front wing is absolutely wrecked as Shane's looking to try and make a pass. I think it'd be beneficial for Bucko to pit in right now. Aiden looking at passing Shane. Oh, and Shane's had to run really wide there. I think that's the same corner that Ice One ran wide. And Aiden now up to third position. Got a nice little gap as well. Shane's under a lot of pressure from Ice One. You see they're about to go over the bridge. You can see they're really difficult, hard left-hander, and you've got to get it right because it's one of the few places on the track with that DRS. If you can get a good exit, you might have half a chance of overtaking. I think not taking damage here and just running your own race is a good strategy. Already on lap 5 of 12. These sprint races do go by very quickly. Very fast. 12 laps, we always see. There's 3 seconds for Bucko. He's not coming to change his wing. This is the closest battle we've got on track right now. As we ride on board with Ice One. Caution in sector 3. I think that might be Bucko again. He needs to come into the pits really. I think he has. Don't think there's any point retiring. You're going to score points if you finish. And look at this. Ice One now with the DRS. Makes the pass. Has ran really, really wide. And now it's Shane chasing. Yeah, Pandaman Gaming's gone through on Bucko, who's currently in the pits. Of course, a much longer pit stop in these F2 cars. You haven't got as many mechanics, and especially if you've got a wing change, just adds more and more to your pit stop time. The Dreamer doing really well in second position. Only got a couple of seconds on Aiden though, and Ice One's looking to close the gap. And Pandaman Gaming's retired from the session in the wall. Hopefully his car doesn't despawn before. Oh, it has. We didn't get to see Pandaman in the wall there. Now let's have a look at the race leader. Look how smooth he looks here, Reese. He's going to take some beating, not just in this race, but also in the feature race too. He's going to be really, really strong, you would imagine. 15 seconds the gap through 6 laps. Yes, Dreamer's had to come through a lot of traffic, which hasn't helped him in terms of the gap between himself and Reese. But Reese just looks on it. Of course, poor qualifying lap, and I'm sure he'll admit that himself. You see the awkward section. There's the bridge. Spectacular views here. Reese does look like he's not messing about, and he wants to get this sprint race over and done with, get into the feature race. As we saw, poor qualifying, very easy to invalidate, especially under one-shot rules. The old M&M qualifying. He's actually going to be lapping Bucko before long if he carries on at this sort of pace. 16.1 seconds the gap, ever increasing. Could even afford to take a track limit penalty or two here. Very, very comfortable. Little touch of the wall though. There's Dreamer in second. You see, kind of in no man's land. If we look back, there's the car behind. That's Aiden. Quite a way back. Gaps have opened up now, and there's currently nobody within DRS range, so it just makes it increasingly difficult to get close. Oh, Aiden there. Not Aiden, that was Shane. Apologies. Hard touch on the wall. There goes Bucko. He's currently occupying 7th position, which is last out of the runners, but that's still a decent point haul for both himself and the Trident team. Back to the top, look at Reese. He just looks really comfortable right now. He's got a big gap, he doesn't have to risk anything. As Booker takes another 3 seconds. Not going to make a difference in terms of his race. He's very far back from Craig. You see 50 seconds behind Craig. And as long as he doesn't actually get disqualified, Bucko's going to be picking up some points. Let's ride on board then with Reese so you can get another good look at how tight this circuit is. It's not so bad in the first section, as you can see. There's a little bit of room. So it's where it starts getting awkward. You don't want to brake too late either. Especially in these F1 cars with deceleration not the same. And makes it hard to slow down. You see how tight this left-hander is and how well Reese has managed to take that, to be fair. Imagine these softs at some point soon will start to drop off in terms of performance. However, the gap that Reese has got, he can manage the tyres really nicely, and they won't fully drop off. There's the reason everyone picked them. They are the optimal tyre for this sprint race. That's 3 seconds for Ice One, which right now is not costly, but if he's struggling, then that could become an issue. Although not now that Shane has picked up 3 seconds, and because Shane's picked up 3 seconds, go down and get on board with Craig. Craig actually has position on his teammate now. He's also within DRS range, so Craig making a late move. These guys are about to start lap 9. You see, Shane knew he wasn't in with a chance there, really, with the 3 seconds. So lets his teammate through. That is the smart thing to do. That's good teamwork there. Up to the front again then, and Reese, he's got about 3.5 laps to go, and it's never looked in doubt, has it? I think the top 3 would have been between, well, Reese, I think you could say he's done it, but then I think the top 3 would have been Reese, Pandaman and Dreamer. But because of Pandaman DNFing, taking huge damage to his vehicle, it's allowed that 3rd podium position to become wide open, and Aiden has fully taken advantage. And he's going to have a really good finish if he can just keep it nice and clean, nice and steady. Doesn't have to overly exert himself. He has got a 7-second gap on Ice One. Plus Ice One has 3 seconds worth of penalties. So plenty to in hand for for Aiden to try and maintain that 3rd position. Don't need to overdo it and take damage or end up in a wall or anything. No risky business. That's another 3 seconds. Oh no, it's his first 3 seconds actually, Craig's. I thought it was a shame for a minute. Bucco with another 3 seconds for a total of 9. But again, won't make a difference as long as he doesn't get actually disqualified. He'll be absolutely fine. Take the 7th position and carry on for the feature race. Caution in sector 2, and that is Bucco. Just needs to be a bit careful. Does he have any damage? I don't think so. Maybe just ran a bit wide. Rather than hitting a wall or anything, but needs to be a little bit careful. Just make sure you finish. If anything, if he... Oh, and caution sector 3, so really struggling. There he is. Let's race through. I think he's going to come and pit in again. Yeah, he's in the pit lane you saw there at the top right hand of your screen. So Reese, lap 11 of 12. That also means that Bucco won't have to do an extra lap because he's over a lap behind, which I'm sure he'll be actually happy about. I would be, to be honest. If I'm getting lapped then, or close to be getting lapped by first place, I'll just be lapped and do one less around here at Singapore. I don't mind racing here, to be fair. It's a bit like Hungary and where you can't afford to even take a millisecond to to lose focus, because if you do, you're in trouble. But I kind of like that. But as a spectacle, as we can see in this race, sometimes, unfortunately, and it's the same with the F1 racers here. You see big gaps, and even when there aren't massive gaps between cars, it's very difficult to overtake. Sometimes ends up being a bit of a procession, as Shane has DNF'd, and that's going to move Bucco up into 6th position. So, as I said before, there is merit in just trying to finish a race. I think there always is at every track. You'll see with online racing, not just here for the Formula 2, but in the Formula 1 league and any other league races that you watch, that there's a lot of incidents and normally a few safety cars and DNFs. So if you can just race your race, stay out of everyone's way, you can pick up a fair few points over the course of a season, that's for sure. Reese takes 3 seconds here for multiple track limit warnings. I'm sure he's not overly bothered about that. He is on the last lap, and he's going to have absolutely dominated this. You see the gap, 23.4 seconds, and it's getting wider, and that gap, even when Dreamer got through the pack, it was 15 seconds, so he's pulled away almost 9 seconds on Dreamer since Dreamer got up into 2nd, and it's quite ominous for the rest of the pack for the race. Dreamer, who will be starting on pole for the feature race, has got to get off to a good start, a fast start, and pull as much of a gap out on Reese as possible. We'll be seeing a mandatory pit stop during the race, the feature race. As you see, Reese comes over the line then for quite an easy victory. And strategy here is as important as any other track, perhaps even more so. There's Bucco in the wall again. He's got to just keep going until the end. Pick up those points for 6. As Dreamer comes over the line, Here comes Aiden to take the final podium position. That's really well done. We've got a battle on here, as you can see, between Ice One and Craig. They've not got long left. They've just got one more corner, I believe. And it looks like Ice One's just about going to take it. Yeah, just about. You see, just over a tenth of a second in the end. Craig really put a lot of pressure on. And there's Bucko coming over the line. But it's a first place finish for Reese. We're not surprised by that. He's an excellent driver. Fantastic job in doing a fantastic job in the Formula One league on a Sunday, and as you can see, pretty dominant here in the F2 league. Still second place in the championship as it stands, even with that race win, because Dreamer did well there. Only one extra point due to the, this is how the rules work. So you got the 2 points for qualifying. You get that for pole position, massively important, and 3 points the difference in the sprint race. So 6 points will be the gap between Dreamer and Reese in the championship. We know that this could all change, of course. I think Reese got the extra point for the fast lap there, but yeah, it could all change in the feature race, and we'll have to see what happens. Very good race for Aiden as well there. Started 7th on the grid, up to 3rd position. That was an excellent sprint race for him. 6 big points there for himself and the MP Motorsport team. Very important in terms of the constructors. There we go. It's going to be 7th position, I believe, for Reese. And obviously Dreamer's going to be first. So this, I think, is where we're going to see more of a battle between the two. It needs some people to try and not intentionally hold Reese up, but hold him up so that Dreamer can get a bit of a gap, and then we'll see really what Reese can do. Pretty sure the tyres in the pit there changed colour. I'm sure it said they had the wet tyre outside the garage and it's changed colour. That might just be my eyes. So here we go then, we're underway, and let's quickly look at that. Pandaman Gaming already up 3 positions. Everybody on soft, Bucko on super softs. I'm not sure how far they're going to go. Reese already up to 3rd position, by the way. Has had a phenomenal start. Aiden and Ice One side by side. You can see this circuit lends to really good racing. When everybody's close like this, it doesn't stay this close for long normally. Oh, Pandaman Gaming running really wide there. I think Reese had to give the position back, which has allowed Ice One to try and make a move. Reese able to defend. You see the gap already, 1.7 seconds. Dreamer's got to stretch that as much as possible before DRS kicks in. Will help that Pandaman Gaming is battling with Reese, because that'll slow both of them down. He'll be able to get that gap up even further. There we go then. Is Reese going to make a move? No, he isn't, and that's the smart thing to do, to be honest. This track is... There are certain places on the track you don't want to try and overtake. You're going to be in trouble. Saw a bit of carbon fibre there. I don't know who that was from. Pandaman Gaming trying to cut Reese off a little bit, and he has done. Just get on board again with Reese. It's sort of overcast. I don't think we're going to see rain. It doesn't look like it. Again, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on from Reese here. He's getting very impatient. This is Singapore. You've got to make your move at the right time. I think he's just about managing to get through. Oh, big... Ooh! A little bit of a coming together there. Reese has gone as wide as possible. And... oh, we have a problem here. We have an issue with the session, as you can see. So we will, I guess, have to restart the feature race. We won't be doing the sprint race. That don't worry about Dreamer there doing his flip. Let's just leave the session then and wait for another invite. These things do happen, you know. That this is online racing. You can have connection issues unless the online services are down. I'm currently struggling. Just get the Discord and just make sure. It looks like the is the stream still going? I think we're all right. I'll just there we go. I think we're back again. It might have just been me that got kicked, and if that is the case, then apologies. And that doesn't often happen. We'll give it a couple of minutes and see, but I have a feeling that might have just been me there. You see, it's not my internet or my PS Plus or anything. I've got PS Plus for about 9 months still before I've got to renew, so I guess we'll just wait it out for a minute. As I say, if it is just me, then that will be the stream over, I'm afraid, due to a technical issue. Apologies to everyone if that is the case. You're always looking forward to a big race and a good race, but issues with being online, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop the stream. If I get another invite, I'll start it back up again. But yeah, it looks to me like it's just been me that's had this issue. So if I don't get back on, if it's the case that it is me, then don't forget Sunday evening at 8 PM UK is the Formula 1 League. And I can only apologise. Well, I don't know why I'm apologising. It's not me. It was a connection to Codemasters. But yeah, there you go. So as I say, I'll jump back on and start the stream if I get an invite. If I don't, then you'll realise what it was. Okay, then I'll see you all Sunday. If you can't make Sunday, obviously next week for the Formula 2. And have a good weekend. I'll see you next time.